What would you do if you were unknowingly placed on a jury for a murder trial and discovered you might be more involved in the case than you ever imagined? This is the dilemma faced by Justin Kemp, played by Nicholas Hoult, in Clint Eastwood's crime drama Juror No. 2. The film delves into the tense and moral conflict of Justin as he grapples with his own involvement in the death of Kendall, the woman at the center of the trial. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen Juror No. 2 yet, this is your official spoiler warning. If you're still planning to watch, you might want to come back later, as we'll be diving deep into the ending and Justin's fate. Let's begin by setting the stage. Justin is just like many of us, dreading jury duty, especially since his wife, Allison, played by Zoe Deutsch, is pregnant and nearing her due date. But despite his reluctance, Justin is selected as Juror No. 2 on a murder case. The defendant, James Michael Scythe, is accused of murdering his girlfriend, Kendall. As the trial unfolds, Justin's world begins to unravel. He realizes he was at the same bar where James and Kendall were last seen together, and on his way home that night, he hit something. He thought it was a deer, but now he wonders, was it actually Kendall? Justin, a recovering alcoholic, is understandably shaken. He goes to his AA sponsor and lawyer, Larry, played by Kiefer Sutherland, for advice. Larry warns him that if he admits what happened, Justin could face vehicular manslaughter charges due to his past DUIs, which would lead to years in prison. So, Larry advises him to stay on the jury, keep quiet, and let the case blow over. However, this proves easier said than done. During deliberation, the jury is divided. Some believe James is guilty, while others are unsure, and Justin is caught in the middle. As the debate drags on, Justin's guilt weighs heavier on him, especially as flashbacks reveal that he was indeed the one who accidentally killed Kendall. As the jury continues its deliberations, Justin begins to question whether James really deserves to be convicted. The situation becomes more complicated when one of the jurors, Harold, played by J.K. Simmons, investigates the case independently and uncovers evidence that points to a hit-and-run, a scenario that matches what Justin had done that night. But Faith Killebrew, the prosecutor, gets wind of Harold's findings and starts investigating further. In the process, she meets Allison, Justin's wife, and doesn't realize she is married to Justin. After hearing Allison's version of the story, Faith has no reason to doubt it, until, perhaps, a little part of her starts to wonder. Meanwhile, the jury is stuck in a deadlock, with some jurors believing James is innocent while others remain convinced of his guilt. Justin, feeling the pressure of needing to end the trial, finally uses his influence on the jury to push them toward a guilty verdict. Eventually, James is sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and Justin goes home to his wife and newborn child. But the weight of the trial still hangs over him. He attends the sentencing, but he can't shake the feeling of guilt. Faith, now elected district attorney after her success in the case, spots Justin in the courthouse and remembers something he said during jury selection about his wife being pregnant. She makes the connection and, outside the courthouse, confronts him. It seems like Faith is starting to question the justice of the situation. She hints at the moral implications of keeping the truth hidden for political gain. Justin, in turn, warns her that revealing the truth would destroy his family, and it would ruin her career as well. At that moment, it seems like Faith might back down, and Justin leaves the conversation unscathed, at least for now. But in a chilling final scene, Justin opens his door one morning to find Faith standing outside. The movie ends there, leaving us to infer that Faith has decided that uncovering the truth is more important than maintaining the conviction, even if it means risking her career and Justin's freedom. So, what happens to Justin in the end? Although it was an accident, Justin's refusal to come forward with the truth may cost him dearly. He will likely face consequences for his actions, and it seems that, despite his best efforts to conceal the truth, the reality of his involvement in Kendall's death is about to catch up with him. Juror No. 2 raises complex questions about justice, morality, and the consequences of our actions, even when they're unintentional. Justin's journey is a tragic reminder that sometimes the hardest thing to do is the right thing. And for Justin, the price of keeping quiet may be far higher than he ever anticipated.